Hello. Everybody, happy Thursday. Welcome back to another VATSIM Thursday flight. Tonight, we depart out of Washington, D.C. from Dulles Airport, and we're going to head down to Wilmington. It's out on the East Coast in North Carolina. We're taking the updated Fenix A319, the big Fenix update. Yep, deal with that. And, well, the weather. Right. You'll hear all sorts of thunder, and it's absolutely mad looking as we depart here out of Washington. And do you see the flash? Look. Wait for it. Wait for it. It's far away. Isn't that what they say, the distance between a flash and the sound? The number of seconds depend on the distance in kilometres or something? Right, be grand now. Nothing to worry about here at all. So our flight is planned, filed. Aircraft is currently working off our ground power unit. We're going to change over to the APU now in a moment. We're expecting a departure out of runway 30. We have a SID and we have our star planned into Wilmington a little bit later on. Cruise altitude for today's flight level 320, and not too terribly high. I know the old citations are going to blast over everything. We shall see, friends. We shall see what happens as we embark upon this, another flight. I'm looking forward to this one. No ATC coverage that I can see. We're on the lonely com, but it'll be grand. We'll have to kind of vector ourselves, space ourselves out, and we'll see where we get on from there. So, anyway, how he is? Hope you're all keeping well. Crazer Core, 7 in a row. Cheers, man. Tarnish Mossman. Good to see you. Quite the lightning show, for sure. Hope you're well, buddy. Max Stallion is here. 170 streams. 170. Jesus, thank you very much indeed. Malky is here, 5 in a row. Good to see you, buddy. Hermit something. Good afternoon from Boston. Welcome in. It's a foggy Boston. CP65, welcome. Crafty Tigers is here. Viper Strike, you're very welcome aboard. Irish Jet Red, welcome in. Nace 42. Can I hide in your jet? There's loads of room, Nace. Jump on in. Commander Balosh is here. Thanks for 3 in a row. Good to see you, my guy. PH Roy is here. Very good evening. Lunar Jets. It's only 12 in the afternoon. What were you talking about? Wait, what? Oh, Los Angeles time. Yes. Cy Murray, a very good evening to you. APU Inspector, 5 in a row. Good evening, Murph and chat. Weekend is so close. It just is. Resonate is here. Welcome in. Sun Jammer, good to see you. Black Ice Gabe. We have a Black Ice Gabe. Gabe is here in the chat. Welcome in. He loves deliveries of Firefly Air. So striking. Yes, they're only gorgeous. Crafty, thank you for your 5 in a row. Northland Air, good evening. 98 Vulcan, welcome aboard. Spitfire, Oriev, 100 is here in the chat. Welcome in. 98 Vulcan, a very good evening from Tipperary. You're looking well. Medic 24 Live, how are you now? Looking well. He says, I'm loaded in at the gate. Been a minute since being on VATSIM, but we shall see. That's what it's all about, man. Give it a blast and see what happens. Hummer is here. Clem the pilot, the 350 pilot. Welcome in, Clem. Toto 2495. You're very welcome aboard. Lunar Jets, let's go indeed. Shunty, Max Shunface. Thunderbolts of lightning, very, very frightening. Absolutely. Who else come in here now? The Impossible Face, Flash. He says, I'm telling you. Martin K, good to see you. Shill, thank you very much indeed for your Prime subscription. Very kind of you. Creo, good evening. Airlock Doc. The saying is, the square of the hippopotamus is equal to the sum of the other two tides. Yes. That's how it works. But yes, here from the Isle of Man. Good to see you, Shill. You're very welcome aboard. Retro Pop is here. Retro Prop, rather. Who else come in? David Bay, good evening. Mr. 90 is here. Welcome in, lads. You're looking absolutely gorgeous. Death's Angel, welcome aboard. Who else come in here? Uniform Goose. Good day, Goose. Welcome back. Kubi Montana. Welcome in. Flight Sim Max. Hello. Dave Cleary. Legend Dave. Welcome back, Dave. Bill Taylor is here. William, good to see you. NM Flyer, happy Thursday. Roland Stone, good evening. Hope all is well. Wills 1985, good to see you, Will. Change it. She could do with a now spot of grease, that thing, couldn't it? Colonel Indiana, long nuts. It is great to see you, man. Long time no see. Hope all is well. Right, let's get this show on the road, shall we? As we prepare ourselves for what's going to be, interesting weather. Look at the state of the weather there ahead of us, lads. Look at the cut of that. Lightning, the whole shebang. It's all happening now, lads, right? It's all happening now. Lunar Jets, thank you very much indeed for 3 months. What an absolute ledge. Cheers, buddy. 3 months in advance. Jesus, that's optimism. We like to see it. Thank you very much indeed. So we're here in Flight Sim 2020. And yes, as you can see from the weather, it is Right, it's quite mad. Holy slow frames, Batman. Here we go. And that should be working better, which it is. So, yeah, Jesus, there's things happening. Dennis C, thank you very much indeed. Bloody hell, there's a hype train started and everything. $20, thank you very, very much indeed. Dennis, you legend. What a legend. Storm ASMR, right? I heard today that the Irish were the ones who invented the hippopotamus as a war machine. Makes total sense. Did you hear the thunder? As a 787 is rolling out. Ooh, and it's wet as well. Easy now, Murph, easy. Go on, you devil, you be grand. Up the yard, you devil, you. Jesus, will he get out of there? He will. Ah, he will. There's loads of space. Look at the state of that, look. There's thunder and lightning all over the show here, look. Martel, thank you very, very much indeed. 47 months, man. Legend. Yup. There she blows. Yeah, there's lightning, thunder, the whole shebang, lads, all happening, all up in our face. So we got a couple of Firefly aircraft on the ramp here. We're down at the Charlie stands, and we have a couple of more here on the Deltas, and we have a couple of citations up the ramp here as well, look. Nice. So yeah, it looks to be a busy flight. Jesus, look at that storm we're about to fly into. Look at the colours. I am very frightened. Right, ooh. The 787 is heading out to the car, is he? Hermit something. I see Murphy enlisted in an army of leprechauns and minions to clean and straighten up the Discord channel. Yes. LRM and JoinFS. JoinFS negative. LRM is up and running. Just with JoinFS tarnish, it pops up on the old radar screen. I get fierce confused. Naughty Gnome, good evening. I've noticed a couple of stutters here now, so we'll want to be terribly careful about that. Hopefully we don't get any on touchdown. But look at the cut of the weather, lads. It's absolutely friggin' nuts, right? Proper weather, this one. Flipper Alloy, you're very welcome aboard. So, current state of the aircraft. I do believe we're loaded. Dune Honduras, Marche de Hulle. And, well, let's see what we can do here. So, chocks and cones are already in play. We're going to go ahead and get that APU unit working with additional nav lights coming on. We were given a squawk code by CPD, or what's it called? Pre-departure clearance, CDC. PDC rather, and yeah, we'll have to see what happens here. So we have our little gadget here. I need to turn on the aircon because it's warm. Put that on in the background and let us see. Dermot Gannon, very good evening. Commander Snow is here. Kev Sim Corner, welcome in, Kev. You're looking well. Right, what's the current state of the nation? We'll jump over to Unicom. Dazzy Arab, good to see you. You saw me alter ego earlier. Good to see you, Dazza. Right, yes, there's mad weather here, right? And we were doing a bit of flight planning earlier on, but let's just go back into it for the moment. So, exclamation point route will give you the route. And if you go into Ventu Sky, this is what's happening here at the moment. If we look at some precip. So we're up the road. Let me see, where am I? I'm up here, look. So, yeah, there's all sorts of thunderstorms happening right here. And here's Washington. This is live. And as another hour from now, it ain't going anywhere. So we'll want to be fierce careful with this. It's moving in from the north, right? Now, when we look at our arrival, which is down here in Wilmington, well, at the moment, there's a bit of rain. And as we get down there, it should ease out, right? CTAF is 134425. 134.425. Thank you, Si. We'll horse that in. So that's the weather, and well, we'll have to keep an eye on it. I was thinking earlier on we would be getting a runway 24 arrival, which we are. So we can look on here on the map. We got a couple of guys with us. We have Firefly 201 974 702 662. We also have 003 322 is with us. Fantastic. And then we also have a couple of lads up the top here, Firefly 112 is with us as well. So we've got a couple of lads ready for our flight this evening. Firefly 301 is with us as well. So yeah, guys, we have a nice ensemble of aircraft. Cruise altitude for today's flight level 320, and we're going to be blasting off out of here in the next couple of moments.
I put the car in swinger, baby.
Yeah, baby. Wales 1985, thank you very, very much indeed for 5 gifted tier 1 subs. Lads, if you just got a tier 1 sub with thanks to Wales 1985, well, do be sure to say thank you. The man is a legend. So that's how she's looking. We'll put you over there. And what else do we need here? Close that. Right, let's have a gawk to see what's actually happening in the world of things that are happening, right? So, yes.
Dreamy, sleepy, nighty, snoozy, snooze.
Cheers, Motley. Dermot Gannon, thank you very much for the super sticker, man. Very kind of you, Dermot. Cheers. Let me see. Who Newforn, looking for a new CPU. What do you think of an RTX 3090 with an i9 14900 and 4K? Could it get stable? What I'd recommend, Hugh Newforn, 30X or an RTX 3090, great, but try and go up one. Right, get into the 40 series, 4080, 4090, and I would avoid Intel's i9. Go with something like the AMD, what is it, the 9800 X3D. That's what I'm sporting, and it's excellent. Old Veteran is here, good to see it. No ATC from what I can see, Scott. Negatory, but we'll keep an eye on it. Looks like we're on the Lonely Con for this one. So we'll wait and see what happens. So if we're going to be using, CTAF, we'll do a quick check on that. Firefly 235 radio check. And see if someone responds. Right, grand, the lads can hear us. Lovely hurdling. So, local barometric pressure 2988 according to the gadget, and we are expecting runway 30 for our departure. So if I, let me see, hide this, and we'll zoom in here to our airport. So we're down here, and it looks like we're going to push back. It'll have to be on Echo. Echo we go, and then it's going to be a left turn onto either Zulu or Yankee. Quite possibly Zulu, because there's a holding block down here, and then it's runway 30, and then we're out. Alright, so that's the plan of our attack. APU, go ahead and turn you on. Seatbelts coming on. Emergency lights are already armed. No smoking goes to auto. Fuel tanks are all on. Our fuel is loaded. IRSs are aligned. We're good to go. Beacon will come on shortly. We're just going to wait for this APU to start powering up. We can see what's happening here with the APU. The flap is open. EGT is rising. Wait for the N1 to hit full speed, and then we have our we shall have our APU ready to rock. That's the one. AMD CPU all the way, I agree. Is there a setting in Microsoft Flight Sim that lets you set QNH mindsets itself? No, you need to change it. However, if you can automatic set it by pressing a button, and it should do to the local baro. So yeah, so APU is available. Go ahead and turn on the bleeds. That lightning is coming in like an absolute man possessed. We did get a squawk code from PDC, so we'll have to keep an eye on that. We put it in there, 5302. Let's see if we get some more. Estimated fuel on board 4.4. We need to watch that. Little bit low. 6.5 is loaded on the aircraft already. Doors at this stage, you can go ahead and start closing them up. Chocks and cones. So we shall remove the GPU. So we're going to turn off the external power, and we can disconnect from external power. We can also remove the cones and chocks. And at this stage, well, I'm sure if I hit the beacon, but I want to plan for pushback and our departure. And we'll find out what's going to happen here. Constraints we can go ahead and turn on. Let me see, bring this guy in a little bit. Now, when it comes to a star, we're going to have to self-vector ourselves, lads, right? So if we look at the departure, the RNAV departure, we can see it's going to be 3,000 feet or above, but there's no other restrictions from what you can see.
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback.
So for that, we're going to dial in our absolute entire, we're going to put in the whole shebang of our flight level. Flight level for today, that was working, now it's not working. On there now, you Betsy. Murph, where do I find the CTAF? Should be on the charts. Should be on your charts.
Departure checks completed. Bypass pin inserted.
That's all great, Jemima. I'm just waiting for this to work. Come on, you can do it, Betsy. The gadget doesn't want to play. Yes, kill it. And fire it up once more. CTAF is 134425 for Dulles. Yeah, you'll see it on the charts, or you can look at Sky Vector, it'll show you there as well. Should. That's very cool or something, is it? Very warm in here, isn't it? Yeah, lads, we can feel it. Right, that now appears to be working. So, 32,000 feet goes in. Up the hill you go. Yup, you divil you. All the way up. And in you go.
Firefly to 662, radio check.
Dude, have you been drinking? I have, Ted.
Bye.
Okay, so we're going to get our performance stuff in here now. So next up, we're going to go to our takeoff page. And we're going to say runway 30, surface dry, no, 'tis wet. Flat configuration, we'll call it 1. Let's load our... Sync the load sheet, load the weather, and let's calculate this for takeoff. So we have 122, 136, 140, and it's going to be up 7. Send that to our MacDo. In you go. That looks good to me. And it's going to be up 7. We can do that over here. Flight controls, and we're going to call it up 7. Pitch trim is going to be up 7. So we'll see if this wants to work. I probably won't move now because I've no hydraulics running. Interesting. Right, we'll need to go back to that in a moment. We will put in manual speed for this one. And we'll our departure here is going to be takeoff. We're going to vector ourselves out. So we're going to fly the runway heading, then hang a left, and then get ourselves on course.
62, pushing back from Charlie 25 to the taxiway.
Alright, plenty of aircraft around us. Why is that guy there? Is that GSX having a moment? Get the beacon light on?
Locking gear.
Okay, so can we say what direction do we want? It's having a moment, look. Let's see what happens, right? That looks good, that looks good, that looks good. So it's going to be nose left, tail right. That's what I'm planning for, alright? So we'll go back into our gadget here, and everything's now disconnected. Happy days. Parking brake is already on. Lift the alarm rest here so we can see what's happening. Go ahead and lock the door. Cabin will be turned on so we can listen. So nose left. Isn't that what we said? We want the nose to go to the left and we want the tail to go to the right.
Release parking brakes.
So let's have a look here now. Alright, let's see what happens. So what are we on? Charlie 8. Dulles ground, Firefly 235, Airbus A320, pushing back on stand, Charlie 8 onto the Echo taxiway. We're going to taxi on Echo Zulu down to runway 30, Dulles. Right, let's see what happens now. Transponder is transpondering. And parking brake. Coming up.
22, pushing back from Alpha 16 from
All
Charlie,
engines clear.
face
Start at will.
Dulles traffic.
Alright, we're looking good here. There's our push. Ignition. Engine 2 coming up. Let's hope this goes terribly well. Let's have a listen to the sounds of this machine. We have soundage.
Dulles traffic, Firefly 266 over at Signature, taxiing to holding point runway 19 left.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Do you know what I need to do? I need to adjust my views, lads. I need to adjust my views.
as we are about to demonstrate,
So if we're looking at the right wing, we need to adjust you.
319.
Save you there. Back. Back. Number 8 is the left wing. Need to adjust you. And we need to come back.
A319. And crew instructions, including the following safety procedures.
I'll have to do her. Save.
Card found in your seat pocket.
Dulles traffic, Firefly 662, taxiing to runway 30, Delta, Juliet, Echo, Zulu.
You must adopt. If you hear, brace.
Rocky, it's good to see you.
Emergency exits on this aircraft.
Dwayne is here. Welcome in, Dwayne.
Are now pointing out.
Alright, lovely hurdling. We shall hold.
Set parking brakes. Waiting your confirmation for a good engine start.
It was absolutely beautiful, Veronica. It was lovely.
Cockpit to ground. We have a good engine start.
Up
You
the
can
hill.
disconnect.
Okay, flaps will be
Unlocking
1F. Pitch was going to be up 7. RTB. Auto brake set to maximum for takeoff. We have autopilot stuff dialed in, including our altitude. Speed I want directly.
Behave.
Come on up the hill there, Merv. That'll do, lovely. Mrs. TPHI, thank you very, very much. She pressed a button and it did a thing. 14 months with flight crew. Thank you very, very much indeed. Hope you're well, Mrs. Dwayne Curley is a new subscriber. You're very welcome in, Dwayne. Happy Thursday to you. Hope you were well.
Tow truck disconnected. Bypass pin removed.
Firefly 003, pushing back 10 Bravo 22.
Okay. Dulles traffic, Firefly 235 is going to taxi Echo Zulu and will hold short runway 30, Dulles traffic. Alright.
Dulles traffic, Firefly 201, pushing back up stand.
Engine's good.
Charlie.
Leave you alone. Put you up.
Oh.
We're looking good up here. APU, good night to you. And off. Taxi lights coming on. Runway turn off lights. Strobes put to auto. Everything else here is looking half decent. Flaps 1F, that's all good. Company message, predicted wind shear. Go ahead and turn on this gadget now for the Weja. System 1, auto. And that looks good to me. And that looks good to me. Off the brakes. Look at the weather radar, look. Mother of J, it's absolutely bananas. So we'll start our taxi. Muse fan, good to see you, buddy. Here's our machine moving in the weather, lads. The weather. Jesus. I ramble ahead, we're looking good. So we're going to taxi all the way down. We're going to stay on Echo and then it's a left turn onto Zulu. We should be okay doing that. Here's the rest of the Fireflies pushing back. Look at that! Doesn't that look absolutely deadly?
Dulles traffic, Firefly 266 lining up and taking off from runway 19 left southbound departure, Dulles.
19er you're going from. There's a hope on right on 30.
Firefly 702 pushing back from stand C, Charlie 11, Dulles traffic. Dulles traffic, Firefly 322, taxiing holding point runway 19 left via Charlie and Juliet.
Why are all the lads going out of the 19s and I'm going from 30? Isn't IAD usually runway 30?
Hello there.
It's alright, Murphy, don't worry about it. It'll be grand. Neighbour, thank you for the follow. Welcome in, buddy. Spoilers. Arm. Cabin. The storms are crazy, says neighbour. DC resident here. Welcome in, buddy. Takeoff configuration is normal. Yeah, it's usually... Well, I'm going to go with 3-0. Be grand. Look at the state of that. Isn't it only gorgeous? Look at the thunder and lightning in the background, look. Absolutely nuts, isn't it? Cy Murray is going out at 3-0 as well. Right, grand. B. Carlo, good to see you. I'm a little bit nervous of these... Why is the music playing? I'm a little bit nervous of the... whatchamacallit? Stutters. Well, let's see what happens. Flight control test as we're moving. All is looking well. We're going to be hanging a left here on Zulu. In-flight music, yeah.
Dulles traffic, Firefly 201, taxi into runway 30 via Echo and Yankee.
Yup.
Dulles.
Alrighty. So nice to have a weather radar. We're flying straight into bad weather. I love it. Good man, Murphy. Yeah, you go far in life. Jesus, then he will. Right hand side clear. Left hand side clear. Let's get ourselves around the corner here. All right. Easy now. Easy now.
Speedbird 351 from Firefly 322, apologies for that.
Flight Sim 2020, Boeing Italia, yes. Alitalia. Welcome in. Ah, the baby bus, isn't it? Class.
Dulles traffic, Firefly 9072 is pushing back from stand Charlie 4, facing east on Echo. Dulles.
Alright, let's have a quick look here at the Navigraph. There she be.
Dulles traffic, Firefly 112, taxiing 19 centre via Juliet Alpha Yankee for Dulles.
Our approach into this mad place, ILS transition Wilsey. Let's keep an eye on that. We shall see. Alright, easy Murph. We're going to stay on. There's a United there. I wonder should we just ramble in behind him? Nah, we'll line up here. We're going to hold short. And Dulles traffic, Firefly 235 is taxiing on Zulu. We're going to hold short of runway 30 at Zulu. We see United holding short. We'll go behind the United for Dulles traffic. Alright. So, there's an now United.
Dulles traffic, Firefly 702 will taxi to runway 19 left via Delta and Kilo. Dulles traffic.
Alrighty, we're going to hold short just up the road here. We're going to let that United go ahead of us. Is he on Unicom or is he on CTOF?
Firefly 322 lining up 19 left.
Okay, the good thing is, with the lads heading to the south, they're not going to be an issue for us just yet. Alright, so we're going to sit tight here. Let's have a quick look at other stuff. Strobes at this stage. Lights. Stick them on while we're sitting here. Stop pressing that button. Go up there, look. Isn't there like a hidden click spot? There used to be. Right, that's grand, that's grand, that's grand. Dome light off. There goes the United. Up. Quick gawk out the window. I don't see any traffic there.
Traffic, Firefly 662 on Zulu, taxiing runway 30. Will hold short for company traffic, Dulles traffic.
Bill Barrett, good man yourself, Bill. Still scorching here in Tenerife. Nice. United's on Unicom. Roger. Alrighty. Dulles traffic, Firefly 235 lining up and waiting on runway 30. Dulles. We're walking, we're talking. We are indeed squawking. Let's manoeuvre our way out. Yeah, there should be a hidden click spot. I thought there was.
Approaching 30.
Ah, there is. It's up there somewhere.
Dulles traffic, Firefly 322 taking off 19 left, departure to the south. Dulles.
Alright, let's see what happens here. El Bambino, bonsoir, mon ami. Très bien. Ça va? Alrighty. Easy does it. Get ourselves lined up here. We're going to sit tight just for a moment. Get ourselves a little bit of separation between us and the United.
On runway 30.
Alright, you sit tight there for a second, Murph. On the brakes, hold position. We will go on heading mode for this one. Back over this way, please.
Dulles traffic, Firefly 972, taxiing to Juliet 119 left via Echo, Juliet.
Sim looks good, Drew. She's looking pretty. There's the Firefly behind us, look.
003, in via Juliet to Juliet 1 to runway 19 left.
Right. Just want to give a small bit of space between me and that United. Where's he headed? He's heading to Wilmington as well. Okay, but we'll extend our turn out. Dulles traffic, Firefly 235, runway 30, taking off, departure to the west. We'll then be turning to the south on the Jub 4 departure. Dulles traffic. Right, Murph, are we ready? We're walking, talking, squawking, soon to be doing things. Power coming in.
Wait for runway 19 left, Dulles traffic.
Power coming in. Toga! SRS.
Dulles traffic, Firefly 201, lining up runway 30 behind departing traffic.
Airspeed live.
And waiting on 30 Dulles traffic.
80 knots. V1. Rotate. Oopsie daisy. It's a ready to climb. Gear up. Watch the weather, Murph. There's a stutter. Loads of stutters. Drive it on. Look at the weather we're about to hit. This is fantastic. Easy now, Jemima. Alright, easy does it. Heading modes engaged. Flaps coming in. Give her 3,000 on the climb. Speed, let's go 220.
Dulles traffic, Firefly 702, taking off from runway 19 left, Dulles.
There's the wet stuff hitting us. Just watch these cells here as well. I don't wanna, we're flying straight toward them, but we're going to turn around this one now in a moment as we're climbing. Ooh. This should be fun.
Dulles traffic, Firefly 201
Flyby
is taking off runway 30, heading west then south.
Look at the big massive rain cloud we're flying into. Jesus.
Dulles traffic, Firefly.
There's no place like home. There's no place like home. There's no place like home.
Dulles traffic, Firefly 662, lining up and waiting on runway 30. Dulles traffic.
Dulles traffic, Firefly 235, passing altitude 5,000 feet. We're on a heading of 301 degrees, 4 miles from the airport. We'll be turning south. Dulles traffic. Alright. I want to dodge this big massive cell in front of us. You can see it here in our weather radar, yeah? We don't want to make contact with that divot at all. So we're going to do a left turn, probably over around the 270. There's a gap here we're going to aim for. And that'll bring us around nicely. If we bring the range out a little bit more, let's look at a 40-mile radius. We should be able to turn, and as we climb, we should be able to get all above that. So let's see what happens. At this stage, we're going to go over to the COM of Lonely. 122.8. Washington traffic, Firefly 235, passing 7,000 feet for 320. Currently on a heading of 301, 12 miles from IAD. Okay, left turn coming in. Let's call this one 270 degrees. Watch the weather. We're going into a big, massive cloud, but it's not the big cell on my radar, look. Look at that. Into the clouds. You'd be shaking and shucking all over the shop, wouldn't you? Jesus, look at the clouds. Oh, Jemima. Let's see what happens. 240 is what we're doing. We're coming up on 10,000 feet. Driving up the hill a bit. There's 10,000 feet. Good night, Irene. Easy. Easy. Alright, another left turn coming in. Let's call this one 240 degrees. There's no one in my immediate. We're through the clouds. That heavy cell is way off on our right hand side. He's over there somewhere. He's out that window. Anyone updated the latest GSX? Yes, I have it. I haven't seen any problems, DGS. El Bapino, which effect is that, my guy? Alrighty. I'm watching the traffic. Firefly 235, flight level altitude 13,000 feet. We're going to make a left turn direct to Hafner as we continue to climb to flight level 320. Alrighty, left turn coming in. We want to go direct to Hafner. Keep an eye on the L cells as we're doing this, but it seems as if we're leaving that bad weather behind us now. Quick check here on our VATSIM radar, so you can see where I've departed. I'm giving it a very long sweep to dodge weather. That side behind me, he's only at 6,000 feet, shouldn't be a worry. Side will see me turning, and I'm coming all the way down this direction to Hafner. We'll need to watch our spacing here with the other guys who departed from the 19ers, so we'll keep an eye on them. Let's see what happens. Right, there's 180. Let's call this one now 150. We'll come back to nav. There's a stutter. Go away, stutter. We want to go direct and we want to go to Hafner. Go ahead and horse you in. Thanks for playing. And we'll go into nav mode. Nav mode is captured. This will fly us direct to Hafner. And we can also go altitude into managed. And speed at this stage go into managed. And we're going to let the aircraft start behaving. We're going to jump onto standard barometric pressure, once we get up to 18,000 feet. Speed is going to come up first, and then we're going to start climbing like a man possessed. Looking at our range here, so far so good. We do have other aircraft in the vicinity. Let's put our ADS-B on low. Below. So this is where we can see aircraft around us. There's a couple of thousand feet in between us. So that would appear to be Firefly 702 at 10,000, 972 at 4,000, and Si Murray has gone behind us. That's him there. So we should be alright. Famous last words. Look at the views out there. We're kind of level pegging here, getting our speed up, and our climb is coming up the road now again. Looking good. It's lovely weather up here, isn't it? Beautiful! Absolutely beautiful. Alright. Q&H, standard please. Standard please. And our backup. Standard. Alright, let's see what happens. We should be way higher than the other lads. DGS, thank you very much indeed. What a legend, man. 28 months, buddy. Cheers. You're very kind, sir. Alright, so Firefly 972 is at 7,000. We have a Speedbird heading down the road at 4,000. We're behind Firefly 702, so it's 972 is the guy we want to watch for. Our speed is picking up, 400 over the ground at the moment, 21 knot crosswind, and we can see him here on the gadget. There's decent altitude difference between us. Tanner still had bad visibility at 320. Oh, really? Interesting. Why is the music playing back there? interesting. Alright, 7,000 feet between us. .972 should be out our window here somewhere. Possibly below that cloud. Washington traffic, Firefly 235, flight level 220, climbing 320. We are 10 miles to the northwest of Hafner. We're going to be passing Hafner at flight level 250. Should be alright, should be alright. There's the moon. The moon! Alright, our speed is looking good. Altitude is coming way up the road, and there's going to be a right turn here very shortly. So far, so good, lads. So we just got to watch our spacing down the road here. So that's Martin K, I think. Well, it's reading him above us, so that can't be him. That must be Bart. Oh, it's a bit bumpy here. And watching the traffic, Firefly 235, overhead Hafner, flight level 250, climbing 320. Washington. Let's see what happens, lads. All they can do is give out to us, do you know what I mean? Right, we're going to jump into the lads and chat here for this. Are you ready now? See what the lads are doing. Hello?
Hello.
A very good evening, gentlemen. How are we all now?
All good, thank you. How are you?
That was a nice departure. Did you see the weather? I mean, whose idea was that?
In the middle of it.
You're still climbing through it.
I've only just taken off.
Oh, nice, nice. Yeah, it's quite lively, you know. Now I'm above it, but would you believe it? Even at like 26,000 feet, there's still another cloud layer, another 4,000 or 5,000 feet above me. They're getting mad weather out here today.
Yeah, that's what I'm at 32 almost now, and I can see that layer above me.
It's mad, isn't it? Come here, does anyone know how to turn off the music inside in the Phoenix?
Didn't know there was any.
You know, I'm definitely hearing something. Right now.
I think that's a bug.
It's all in your head, mate. It's all in your head, like the voices.
Oh no, I can hear it.
Yeah, that's the boarding music.
Yeah.
That might be a bug.
Okay.
That's interesting. I don't have it.
Enjoy.
Go to the settings thing on the Phoenix, like not the sim settings, but on the Phoenix tablet.
Yeah.
Just waiting for your stream to update. Or it could be in cabin announcements, who knows?
Yeah, it's weird, isn't it? Cabin announcements. It's still playing. It's alright, it's nice music. It's very therapeutic, do you know? It's coming through on the PA, so we'll leave it there. Right, let me see.
This citation's rather good. I'm climbing at 5,000 feet at the moment.
You're not, are you? 5,000 feet. That's amazing. Bart is ahead of me. I might pass him based on my speed, but I'm a good deal higher than him. Let me see. Martin is behind me. He's catching up. There's decent space in looking at the map so far, lads. Great job departing out of Washington, because it was actually cool. We chose different runways, which was nice.
Yeah, it was quite nice having two different runways for people departing. It made it a bit different.
They're using both runways real world for departures.
Oh, really? Okay. Jesus, look, we have a good few heading down to Wilmington. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We've 10, I suppose. 11. 12. Jesus, is there room for 12?
Yeah. Not really, but we'll work it out.
We'll figure it out.
There's a car park for you, Murph.
Thanks. Yeah, I was thinking about that. Yeah, a car park will do. That's pretty cool looking. I love that. Do you know? I love seeing that the little conga line. Yeah, that is deadly. Right, so spacing's really good, lads. Let me see. Bart 424. I'm doing about 10 knots faster, but he's still climbing. So once we all level out, it'll all calm down. So yeah, we'll keep an eye there. In terms of your arrival, lads, what were you thinking? It's given me obviously runway 24, and I was planning it's going to bring us to the VOR at ILM. I was then going to jump on to the Wills transition for the ILS. Are you doing something similar, or are you just going to vector in?
Yeah, that's my plan.
Yeah, pretty much
India.
I'm probably going to go direct. Yeah. Probably maybe even from Yuri. Go left at Yuri.
Ah, okay.
It's a bit better intercept angle.
Yeah, that is. Yeah, like this will probably put us into as we approach it, it'll spin us around this direction and do a lap and then come back down, I imagine. But
that's the full procedure, yeah.
That's the full procedure, yeah. So what we could actually do, we could divert even halfway from Yuri, as Dougal says, over as far as Topsy even. And then swing around that way. I might do that actually. See, Yuri to Topsy and in. I might do that actually, yeah. That'll give us a bit of space. Let's see here now. So there's Yuri. Now I don't see... It's put me in a hold at Wills, you see. So if I go Yuri direct Wills, how does that look? Yuri direct Wills. Probably better. Yeah, you're taking out the VOR.
I don't think you need to do the hold unless something happens to the spacing.
Yeah, I agree. So what I'll do, I'm going to get ILM out of there completely, and we can clear that. And if we say Wills and replace Wills, so there's a hold. So I'm not going to do that hold. We're going to cancel that. So it's going to be Wills. Yeah, it keeps putting in a hold. That's interesting. All right, I'll figure this one out along the way.
You know, 60% of the time it works every time.
Just exit the hold on with the right hand button.
Oh, good man. Yeah, perfect. All right, so we have ILM. I don't want ILM, so we want to go somewhere else. Oh, hang on, look, it actually got rid of the approach. So let me see. Arrival. It's an ILS 24, right? And via Wills. If I take Wills out of there.
No, you do it via Topsy, possibly?
Yeah, I might have to put that in manually. Let's see here now.
Or just go heading mode from Yuri.
Ah, look, perfect. Here's Topsy. So if I put that... no, go back. If I grab Topsy and I want to put it on here for ILM. So let me see. TOPSY. Will this work? Insert. Do. Topsy Wills. There we go. Now we're talking. And I can get rid of the Yuri. I can get rid of all that part. So I can do it direct when I'm at Yuri. Right, grand. Lovely hurdling. That sounds like a cunning plan. And we want to keep an eye out for top of drop, I would think. We could have passed it, actually.
I am 29 miles from.
You're 29 miles? That's a top of drop icon there, lads, isn't it?
Yeah.
Alright. 320, all is looking well. Look at all the traffic here on the screen. That's deadly. I love that. And there's good space and appearing here now behind us, so yeah, this will be fun. It's we're cruising now. We're at our cruise altitude 280. There is a cloud layer above us. Looking down, there's all sorts of weather around. It's absolutely stunning out there, isn't it? And I can see the contrails of another aircraft. Beautiful. Brings 120 people to an airport, complains about holding. Interesting stuff. Epic Fool is giving out, what did that MH60 not release yet, Epic? Banana Dave just applied to Firefly Air. Mind yourselves. Right, lads, what are we all flying, by the way? I know there's a couple of citations with us.
319, of course.
319.
319.
Citation.
737.
737. I'm going to be flying back in the 737 soon. Probably go with the 800. And let's see here now. Okay, spacing is good. No ATC on at the moment, but I think our spacing is looking pretty good, so we should be good. We should be good. Oh yeah, the Cowan S76 come out. 5x5. Gotcha. Right, lads, I'll leave you alone for a while. Best of luck with the with your approach. We'll keep our spacing, and let's see what happens. Oh! Right. So they're the other lads on VATSIM. They're flying along with us, and as a group, it's grand because we can kind of be helping ourselves out. Do you know what I mean? Can I ask, what's the difference between FSU IPC and SimConnect? They're just different. Think of like a decoder, Banana Dave. They're a different way of interacting with the simulator by using your inputs and copying them back over, and vice versa. FSU IPC historically has been a little bit messy. SimConnect is more stable, but not as powerful. But if you have the option of SimConnect, I would recommend SimConnect. Jeez, look at that view, lads. Isn't that gorgeous? Alright, 320, altitude and distance from other aircraft is looking okay. 702 is ahead of me. He's currently doing 454 over the ground. He's faster. Firefly 972 is behind me, but he's going faster than I am as well. We're locked in at our speed. We're doing 0.73. We're getting about 421 over the ground at this current altitude. We'll see what happens. Jonesy, welcome in. Thanks for the follow, buddy. Good to see you. And Epic is saying there's no sign of life from Miltech. I wonder what's holding them up. They're probably just packaging it. They did say afternoon-ish GMT, so I would say, what time are we now? Oh yeah, it's now night time officially. 9 o'clock. Ouch. Let's see what happens.
Washington traffic, radio check.
Is SimConnect different to Navigraph SimLink? Yes, very different. Do you know, I cannot wait. I cannot wait to see the new SimLink version 2. I'm really looking forward to that machine. It's going to be a massive update. Got a Stream Deck, Game Changer, Retro Prop. They are the jazz, man. They're brilliant. Feeding the hamsters. Hopefully the servers don't go poop, says Nace. Yeah. They might. They absolutely might. Jesus, look at the views here. Isn't that beautiful? Yeah, they're doing back-end stuff. Well, yeah, like, look at it. It's getting the servers ready. Maybe there was an update or a bug. You just wouldn't know what the crack is, do you know? That is very, very pretty looking, isn't it? Absolutely gorgeous. Isn't it stunning? Oh, bit of a stutter. Stu Snape is here. Good to see you, buddy. Hope you're well. I mean, look at this state. Gorgeous. Like the fact that you can see the contrails of other aircraft and we can see flashing lights way off in the distance. That is just stunning, isn't it? "2020 still has it, lads." Beautiful plane. I love the 319. Gorgeous. You gotta love the livery. Isn't it only stunning? Must be time for a beer? Hell yeah. Man, look at that. Sebastian, we are Firefly 235. Gorgeous. Isn't it lovely? Alright, okay, keeping an eye out here. Top of drop a little bit further on down the road. Jesus, miles away. That weather radar is going to be getting interesting. We can also see traffic around us. We have someone sniffing our tail. That'd be Martin. We're approaching the SBV via war. That's our next waypoint. Joey Bolo is here. Good to see you, Joey. Welcome in, buddy. Hope all is well. Lone Gamer, yeah, I agree, man. Hey, Vruden is here. Good to see you, Vruden. Hope you're well, buddy. Happy Thursday. Pie Man Jim is here. Does flow work in 24 or is it just 20? Just 20, Jim. We really need this in 24, but no sign just yet. Parallel 42, no doubt, are flat out trying to get it to work. But I reckon it's going to be a little while before we see it. Chris Van Halen, welcome in. Good to see you, buddy. And of course, chase plane. Look at this. Look at the turns and the stuff. That's a great plane, this, isn't it? There's an F-35 out front. Uh-oh. I'm a big fan of Miltech, but this is a fair kick in the face to European customers. They are European, Epic. Why? Yeah, why aren't they horsing that? There's obviously a delay. I imagine they're busy. Nace might be able to tell us. I live in DC and the weather doesn't look like that right now. We took off from Thunderstorms, Rudin. So we're well out of DC at this stage, man. We're over 100 miles to the south. But when we took off, thunder and lightning, raining, very, very frightening. I know, they say there's no delay, it is coming. We're just syncing stuff up. Nace said that they were working on some back-end issues. They gave the job to Nace, and Nace said, I'm going for a nap. They can shag off. Right? Go on, Nace. It's alright. We'll keep your secret. Jesus. Yes, Fruiton. Yes, yes. The weather was very accurate along the way. This is terribly pretty. It's absolutely gorgeous now, lads. Absolutely friggin' stunning what's happening in the world of what we're doing. Also, massive thanks to everyone over on YouTube. 36 likes. Thank you very, very much indeed. Spending 6 hours saying it's close isn't the best plan. Epic is like a child on Christmas Eve who saw the presents but someone's locked the door. And he like a whore trying to get in. Soon, Epic. Very soon. Are you working tomorrow? That's what's wrong. He's limited time to fly the machine. Let Epic have the machine and no one else. Damn it, that's what should happen. Come here, did you try the S76? I haven't even bought that yet. Is it any good? Nace is on it. Come on, Nace. Epic. All will be well in the realm. I'll get you covered. Jesus. Just nipped over to YouTube and gave another like. Ah, Stu Snape. Thank you very much, dude. Oh, look at that. We got more likes. Friends. Loads of friends. You're all very good to me. They're very kind. I don't know why, but they are. Right. Where are we at now? It's 5 past the 9 o'clock local in Ireland. Which means it's about what? 5 past 4? 5 past 5? It's like 4 or 5 o'clock in the afternoon over here. Just think it's poor customer services take the piss like that. Makes you think twice. Well, they didn't put a time on it though, Epic. You know what I mean? 16:05. The S76 is a terrific aircraft. No fuss in the release either. What time did that come out at? That was a Microsoft, so that was what, about 1600? Give or take. Like, I don't know, did Miltech actually put a release time on it? I know Blackbird put it up this morning and then they were like, uh-oh, that's the wrong version. Keep your eye on any builds as well, Epic. It's 5 past the 4 o'clock in the Eastern Time Zone. 5 past the 17:30 where I live. Brad Barron, nice. Ah, Chris Van Halen, thank you very much. These are very kind lads. Epic flyby. Oh, Jan Morecamp, good to see you. Trying to get the Sim Connect and saying I can't run on my PC. The Sim Connect should be an automatic thing. What are you trying to connect to, Dave? Most programs will come with Sim Connect already installed. You know what I mean? Or at least they should, anyway. Cyrus T, good to see you. I think it's better for them to take their time than release something that's not ready. But put it this way: if they released it and they knew there was an issue, like that's we know what happens there, lads. You know, on the Discord they said that they're just trying to tie up a few loose ends. Put it this way: if they released it and it was buggy, people would go friggin' nuts. There's like zero room for forgiveness. You know what I mean? If they did that, there would be a Sobo, right? Phoenix, stuck on standard. Any tips to resolve? Hummer, press in the button, click it up and then turn. Or Q and H, just behind it. We're in inches of mercury where I'm flying. I don't need to talk to anyone, I don't think. Our spacing is still looking quite good. Here we are. We're looking good, lads. Ooh, first aircraft are approaching Wilmington. I brought me swimming shorts and everything. It better be nice down here. I want the all over tan, you know. Let us see, let us see. RDU, that's the next VOR waypoint that we're overflying. So far, so good. So we're going to be on the ground in under an hour. About 40 minutes, I'd say, give or take. Nice little flight, this. Really enjoying the Phoenix. The next aircraft, this is my third... Oh, Jesus. This is my third flight now in the Phoenix, so I'm trying to do 3 flights in every aircraft. So I might go back to Boeing for the next one with the 737. We shall see. We shall see. Okay, so landing details. We're a little bit far out, but we can start putting in some destination data. So, performance, next, and we can start putting some information into the box. So, airports. Let's open up the airport here. Well, yeah. Alright, so QNH on the ground is 29994. Temperature is bloody hell, it's 31 degrees. Swimming shorts were a great idea. Why does GSX cause issues with your mouse? The winds 293 at 13. Yeah, it's not too bad. It's not too far off it. Big approach configuration 3. And we'll look at the ILS. And the barrow is going to be that of 200. That looks absolutely gorgeous. And then our go around if we need to do it. Right, that's all sound. That's horsed in. Larry is here. Good to see you, Larry. Happy Thursday, buddy. Hope you're well. People can get unreasonable angry over releases. Dealt with that with 24. People just need to relax a bit. Well, I mean, people have every right to get angry. 24 was like, try not to get angry, of course, but like, it can wreck your head. Like, totally get that. But what can you do? Like, put it this way, right? You can sit there and like try not to let it bug you, or you can sit there and let it bug you. Either way, you're gonna have the same result. But you can't actually do anything. Do you know what I mean? So when she's ready, she's ready. It'll be out when it's out, and it's like, come on, will you? It's am I going to fly the UH-60? We are tomorrow night an M Flyer. So we're doing a Warbird flight for the first leg, and then over to the UH-60 for the second leg. Nay says, I think I hear something coming. Do. I just noticed that my Boeing panel is just shipped from Wing. Woohoo! Come on, Scott. Brilliant. You only have to wait another 26 weeks. Epic. Start hitting the refresh button. I think the button has been pressed. Do. Anyone going to the Bray Air Show? It's on this weekend. The advertising I thought was very quiet. I got some DMs you really shouldn't have gotten over the game release. Oh, I can imagine, dude, yeah. People are people, man. Well, need to say bye. I have another place to be. Scott, you take it fierce handy out there. Good luck to you. Duffman is in the chat. Alright. Good to see you, buddy. Yeah, it's on Saturday, Si. Right, top of drop is coming in. What's our altitude restrictions coming in here now? Let's have a gawk. Well, there's no star, so it's going to be down to 3,000. Uh-oh. $3,500. Yuri. Alright. Yuri wants us at 10,000. Right. Drop the button. That'll do her. Same as Sim Update 16. Yeah. Sim Update 3. I think devs have just learned now, like, we're releasing it when we're ready to release it. We won't be listening to anyone or anything else, because, like, it just proved to be so so much of a total shite fest releasing stuff knowing something's not right. You know what I mean? That's my take on it anyway. Top of drop, right, get down the hill. Down we go. Traffic, Firefly 235 descending now, flight level 320 down to 10, 10,000, and we are 20 miles from waypoint Faye. Foxtrot Alpha Yankee. Traffic. Good man, Naze. I'm noticing a couple of stutters here and there. Really don't want these for landing, because that'll butcher it. At least they're playing music to keep the passengers calm. Wouldn't your head be done in with this amount of, like, turn off the music? So I have the Apple AirPods, or AirPods 2, right? The fancy ones, the pro ones. And they have noise cancellation on them. And I was wearing them the other day coming back from the airport. And I when I say noise cancelling, they block out everything. They were making all sorts of announcements, and I'm sitting there like, you know, Peter Griffin, right? Didn't know what was going on, and then I realised they called our group twice. Oh, Jesus. I do stupid things like that, though. I mean, that's expected of me. Do you know what I mean? Approaches online, Murph. Most of the Jesus is all going to be picking up. Thanks, Dougal. Stand by. I don't see him, Dougal. Hang on. Durham is online, but I don't see anything else coming in. He came on for a second and then he's gone. He might come back on, we'll see, right? I think it's okay to release stuff that is not ready if it's communicated and sold as a beta. I don't know, Jan. I don't know, man. Okay, being out of topic for some more than a year, busy with real life. Does chase plane existence mean 2020 has the camera API released? Chase plane will work in 24 soon. Exclamation point, TM, hieroglyphics, you know. Hashtag Dazza. That's a new word for tonight. Hashtag Dazza. Super Ty, good evening, buddy. Just lurking. We love the lurkers. Welcome in, bud. Understandable, really. I think I'll do some controlling. No, I'm not. Look at this crowd coming in. Look at our conga line. Isn't this... Oh, Jesus. Isn't this only lovely looking? Do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Number 11? Where's he going? 12. That's Clem. There's 12 of us inbound. Brilliant. Jesus, Clem is taking a shortcut. Ah, yeah. FTL. Feck the lads. Oh, this is very pretty, isn't it? Look at the... Yeah. Retroprop is observing. Nice. Now, what was that? Cy 1199, is it? Cy Murray is on fire with our radio frequencies. He is the radio man. 119.9. Valo was here. Good to see you, buddy. Welcome in. No change yet to ATC. We're doing alright speed and altitude wise. We're approaching, is it Gans? And then Zunit. Now there are thunderstorms in this vicinity as well, but thankfully nothing coming up my radar screen. There's a bit of mess over here on the right hand side. It shouldn't affect us. And again, just keep the distance between us and the other aircraft. Am I on VNAV? Yes. got the day off tomorrow, so I'm going to pick up the Phoenix. Nice. Jesus, see the lightning out there? Look, Jesus. You're going to pick up the Phoenix, fly the socks off it. Yes. Super Thai had thunderstorms last night, really. We don't get mad weather like this in Ireland. It just rains here. Weather doesn't have the chance to be anything other than rain, you know. Easy now. Just seeing a Firefly Biogames fly past. That's terribly pretty. Sure, we hardly even know what Schnockta is. Well, the odd time we get Schnockta, every couple of years it gives a, you know, why Wilmington? Why not? So Naughty Gnome has planned out an absolute barrel load of destinations and routes for our flight. Jesus, I'm getting pretty close to old mate up here, look. He's 10 miles in front of me. We're okay for the moment. Let's see what happens. I swear I saw lightning when approaching Hamburg last night. Hadn't seen that for a long while. Ooh, nice. Evening, Tintin and chat. Gibbo! Good to see you, buddy. I am now out of old currency, back into new currency. Q&H local, 2994, higher pressure, warmer weather. Gibbo, good to see you. Tintin. You big divil, you. Alright. Speed is okay for the moment. Yoast. More drag required. Alright. We'll drag the bejesus out of it. Let's go manage speed here for the minute. That'll do, that'll do. Right, we'll slow it right down here, look. Because I'm getting a little bit close to L Firefly 702. I can see his lights from here, you know what I mean? Sniffing the APU like some sort of a crazed dog or wild animal. More drag required. Put on a wig, dress and sing. Yeah, a pair of high heels and fishnets. That's fantastic. Right now, more drag required. Brilliant. Jesus, though. Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. Look at the state of this.
Jesus.
Right, I need to start planning this here now. Because your man's lights are dazzling. So from Yuri... Oh Jesus, we're low on fuel. You don't worry, don't worry. I reckon now, right?
Oh, Jesus.
The timing of that. Nice. Best of luck with it, buddy. Right, I'm thinking we're going to go direct here now to Topsy.
It's not the plane, it's the pilot.
Firefly 235 is approaching Yuri. We're going to be going direct to Topsy, descending now down to 5,000 feet. Get in there. Left turn coming in. Light them up. Light them up. Fantastic crack now altogether. Wrong frequency. Wait, who was I talking to? 122 decimal 8, you big Aegis. Wilmington traffic, Firefly 235 overhead Yuri. We're going direct to Topsy, descending now through 10,000 down to 3,000 feet. Yuri. Yuri? Jesus, Murphy. Wait, what did we say, CTAF? Who's in charge? 119.9. Right, we're at 10,000 feet. What altitude do you want us now at, Betsy? Ooh, Topsy wants to be down at 4,000. Let's have a look. Jesus, got the speed down now, you good thing? Topsy is going to be above 1,800. How far away is that? 20 miles? Throw the old nose down there, Betsy. Lights are on. Speed is coming down. Let's see what happens. David Bay with the lights. 119.9. Yeah. Just go 1,800. That's fairly low. Wilmington traffic. Firefly 235 descending through 10,000 down to 3,000. Direct Topsy for the ILS approach for runway 24. Wilmington. This is all terribly exciting. 1199, yeah? Right. 9! What? 9! All right. Jesus, this is going to get interesting. Slow her down a bit, Murph. Why can't I hear the other lads talking? Are we definitely 1199, lads, yeah? Alright, drop her down.
Radar check.
5x5. Man's high.
Right frequency then, so.
UA Alt needs to be on CTAF. Who? Right, watch your speed here, Murph. You're slightly overspeed, you muppet. Get the speed down. The speed brakes are out. Lights are on. Let's see what happens.
Wilmington traffic 55201, just passing Yuri, going direct to Topsy. Wilmington.
Jesus, there's the... Yeah. Drop at the nose.
Wilmington traffic, Firefly 322, 5
Gear down for drive. Easy now, Jemima. Wilmington traffic, Firefly 235, overhead topsy, descending now from 5,000 down to 1,800. ILS approach for runway 24. Wilmington. Oh, we're very close. We're too friggin' close. You big idiot, you've made a terrible mess of things. This is going to be horrendous. Right, Murphy. What do we do at a time like this? Exactly how slow can you actually do it? What is me go-around procedure, please? Something tells me we're going to need it. Charts! ILS! Missed approach! Climb to 500, then right, and direct to GM and hold. Jesus. Alright.
Wilmington traffic, Firefly 702, fully established on the ILS for runway 24.
Wilmington traffic, Firefly 322, short final, runway 24.
This is going to be tight. Get the speed down, Murphy. And a right down. Right down, you big idiot. We actually want approach mode.
Wilmington traffic, Firefly 201, turning final, runway 24.
I can see 322 and I can see 702. Who was that last aircraft? Oh, Murph, you're too close. You are too close, son. Too close. 180. You're alright. You're alright. Shh. Grand. Wilmington, Firefly 235, fully established, runway 24, Wilmington. Pitch now. Get that speed right down, Murphy.
Wilmington traffic, Firefly 201, fully established, runway 24.
There's no way I'm getting down and he's getting down.
Wilmington traffic, Firefly 322, about to vacate on Alpha.
When all else fails.
Shush.
Approaching 2-4.
Firefly 235 going around. You big agent Murphy. Could have been worse.
Firefly 201, 5 miles final, runway 24, Wilmington.
We came in too close, lads. It was a total mess. Pitched. Loud noises. Shh. Pitch now. Jesus, there's traffic all over the place. Firefly 235 overhead the airport at 2,000 feet, making a right turn over to 360 degrees, Wilmington. Hanger to the right.
Firefly, Wilmington traffic, Firefly 970, established ILS 024.
We couldn't go all the way down because there's a speed bird there who's going some direction I couldn't tell you. So I couldn't follow the actual missed approach. What's your speed? Right, let's call it 3,000 feet.
Wilmington traffic, Firefly 702, vacated runway 24 at Alpha, Wilmington traffic.
.360, 3,000 feet. Hold her there.
Wilmington traffic, Firefly 201, short final, runway 24, Wilmington.
Alright, pitched. We want 3,000, please. Okay, we're going to go back to ILM.
Wilmington traffic, heavy jet 72.
Over to ILM we go. Let's call it 4,000. Wilmington traffic, Firefly 235 is turning right now, heading back to ILM via war. We'll hold until further. Wilmington. Alright, hold her in there. We're going to call it 180, 4,000 feet, circle back around, get out of everyone's way, and then we'll see what happens.
Traffic, Firefly 972 going around.
Where was that speedbird going? He shouldn't have been there. And now you're going to screw everyone else behind you. Who? Me? No, I'm not. Absolutely not. I'm miles out of the way. Look, I'll show you, look. So this is what I'm monitoring, right? I was coming in this way, and I wanted to go down to where the speedbird was, but he came in this way. Look at it. Look at his flight plan here, lads. Yeah. So if you can, well, I can't show you on the map, but see the way he turned before ILM. Can you see that? He cut down that way. So as I was coming in, sure, there was no way I can get back there. So I just turned north, just like you would vector. I'm heading back to the VOR, which is part of the missed approach. I can hold here until these lads come in.
Where is traffic for flight 201, vacated runway 24, Wilmington.
Now, flight plan. I can't really go to Topsy.
Wilmington traffic, heavy jet 72, short final 24.
And Firefly 235 is turning left now to 050 degrees. We're going to rejoin at Topsy, Wilmington. Easy now. Get out of everyone's way. There's two ahead of me. Actually, we'll do a left turn.
Firefly 112, ILS runway 24, 10 miles, Wilmington.
Wilmington, Firefly 235, turning left now, 360 degrees, and we'll rejoin at Topsy, Wilmington. Easy now. Do you have enough fuel for the hold? Yeah, we have enough. The impossible phase.
And
we're okay.
Wilmington traffic, Firefly 972 is turning right, downwind, runway 24. Wilmington.
We're okay for fuel. It was only below our reserve, but we got plenty. It just means what we're burning now is going to make our alternate that little bit harder to get to. Do you know what I mean? But we're fine. The main thing is, we're telling people what we're doing and we're staying out of their way. The worst thing you could do is fly into someone else. You know what I mean? Well, we're grand. Why aren't you holding Alt, please? Drop it down to 3,000.
Wilmington traffic, Firefly 301 is just past Topsy, established on the ILS for runway 24, Wilmington traffic.
Alright, so if you have a look at this here, that's like the most weirdest looking thing ever, right? But I'm going to just circle around. I'll get behind Firefly 003. So that's what I'm planning here. So I'll make a right turn here now shortly. Looking further out in the scope, I don't see anyone else coming next to near me, so we're grand. The only people I want to watch for is 972 and 351, because both of them had to go around. So I'm going to spin in here behind 003. That's my plan, right? So let's see what happens, right? Plus there's a bit of weather coming in. Ever remember the horrendous bug when airliner engines were stupidly loud and obnoxious? That's back for me. Oh, no way, Dave. Jesus. Jesus. Oh, we got like 3.6 tons of fuel on board. We got plenty. Firefly 235 will be turning right direct to Topsy, altitude 3,000 feet, Wilmington. Alrighty. Call this one 06.
Wilmington traffic, Firefly 112, short final, runway 24.
We shall ease our way into it, lads. Ease our way in. Bit of a cell here in front of us. There's 003. That's Iceman. So let him go past us. We're keeping that massive cell out of our way for the moment. At least according to our radar. Could be worse. Could be raining. It's always raining. Give out! Alright, right turn 090, and let's try this again. Oh, the starters. Alright, Topsy's going to be next, so we're going to say direct. Topsy. Hop you on in there. Direct. Right turn coming into Topsy. And our speed, start bringing it down again. Altitude, we're going to call it 1,800 feet. Starter dropping, flaps 2. And let's see what happens here. Hayden, good to see you, buddy. It's very pretty though, isn't it? The main thing is just avoid it, right? Brexit was quicker than this. Jesus.
Wilmington traffic, runway 24 vacated on Alpha, Firefly 112.
Thanks, Wilmington traffic, Firefly 301, short final, runway 24, Wilmington traffic.
Easy now. 972 is behind me. Wilmington Firefly 235 is now 8 miles from Topsy, descending from 3,000 down to 1,800, Wilmington. Down we go. So we need to watch out for 972 that he doesn't jump the queue and beat us in, yeah? Because he's just here, look. Easy now, Martin. He's turning. There she blows. Rant.
2,500.
2,500, we're alright. Speed is good, we're heading straight to Topsy, and then we're going to be in for our landing.
Wilmington traffic, Firefly 301 vacated runway 24, Wilmington traffic.
Wilmington traffic, Firefly 972, turning right to base, runway 24. Wilmington.
Firefly 003 on a 7 mile final for runway 24.
Where's that Speedbird going again? Interesting. Alright, 1,800 feet. Ramble on in, 168 knots. And it'll be a right turn. We're going to follow in 003. Where's that Speedbird going? You're getting very close to me screen. Why is he heading that direction? Firefly 235 to Speedbird 351. Just watch your heading there. Looks like you're on a direct to Topsy. This isn't going to be pretty.
55235. This is speedbird 351. Heading direct to Topsy.
Get out of the way. Roger, Firefly 235. We'll avoid you. We're going to go around and go visual. Finished. Jesus, he was very close. Hours of fun, never a dull moment. Wilmington, Firefly 235, visual approach runway 24, full stop, Wilmington. Easy now, Jemima. Right.
Firefly 972 heading 220 to avoid collision.
Alright, watch at the speed, altitude, you can shag off. And we'll go visual. The 003 touchdown, I wonder. Say intentions or beyond ATC? I'd have to say say intentions. Every time. Gear. Easy goes it now. Jesus, me cameras went nuts. Alright. I think the main thing is, lads, regardless of, like, people can make mistakes. It's absolutely fine to make mistakes, because that's... Good man yourself, Iceman. Brilliant. Runway vacated. The only way you learn is by making mistakes, right? So don't ever worry about making a mistake. But if you come across a pilot who's in a bit of difficulty, like, just make life easy. Try and communicate as best you can. And if you know what to do and how to get around it, get out of it. Just, especially if there's no ATC coverage. Just figure it out. So, I got around them.
And Wilmington traffic, Firefly 9728. Rejoining ILS 24, heading 180, Wilmington.
972 had, he's the same, he had to get around him, right? Who had the right of way? There's no real right of way. To approach that waypoint from the airport, you go to another waypoint and then feed in. So I was going for the VOR and I couldn't transit back because there was traffic coming in, so I just vectored my way around. But you wouldn't fly back directly over the airport where you have aircraft coming in. You know what I mean? So it's the importance of looking at the
1000.
Oh, don't start like that. It's the importance of looking at the missed approach charts. But, like, don't ever be worried if a mistake happens, like, at all. It's totally fine. Mistakes will happen, lads. And that's where you learn from them. You know what I mean? Firefly 235, short final runway 24, full stop. Wilmington.
Approaching 24.
We're a little bit high, but that's okay. 8 knots on the nose. Easy does it. Jesus, Murph. Get her down now. Too much.
Pull up.
Yeah, they've changed the handling on the old Phoenix, haven't they? She feels different. It feels good, but like, Jesus.
Dreamy, sleepy, nighty,
Jesus!
snoozy,
Muse!
Sink rate. Pull up. Sink rate.
Jesus!
Wilmington traffic, Firefly 972, established LS 24, about 8 miles out. Wilmington.
Get her down. Easy does it, Jemima. Reversers.
4,000 feet remaining.
She handles differently now. Defo. Reverse stowed.
3.
Spoilers in.
Remaining.
Manual braking. We'll exit here. Off to runway Murphy. And Firefly 235 vacated the runway onto Alpha, taxiing to the gates. Wilmington. Right. Easy now. So we'll talk about the learning element now in a second, because I'm going to attempt to learn. So a couple of things that went wrong there, right? The speedbird went wrong twice. So when I got too close to another aircraft, so I was executing the published missed approach. I then realised I couldn't. Right, I'll show you this now. We'll go through the gadget here now, and we shall explain all. And hopefully that's where the learning comes in. Is there a stand over there? There is. Like, if you had ATC coverage, you wouldn't have had that issue, because ATC would have intervened and vectored, right? Hey, Adam is here. Good to see you, buddy. Yeah, trucking was good fun yesterday, man. Good fun. Oh, here's an empty stand. We'll take it. Number 8.
Wilmington traffic 57972, short final runway 24. Wilmington.
Easy now. Easy now. That'll do her. Brakes on. Verify the shack and brakes are on. The brakes are on. Lovely. So, APU, start her up. Lights are off. Ground services, go ahead and connect the GPU, we'll want it. Also horse in some chocks there. Ground power we can connect. We're firing up the APU, we probably don't need it. Engine 2 coming offline, generator's going to reset, that's quite okay. External power is running, that's what we want. APU is powering up. And we'll give it a second to give it life. She's on the way. MH60 is out on the Unibil's website. Ooh, interesting. I don't think I have a jetway. Yeah, it doesn't want to come near us. I actually parked back further because earlier on the jetway couldn't reach us. That's interesting, isn't it? Right, beacon. APU bleed and engines. Alright, alright.
The boarding requested.
We'll go by stairs. Nice. Okay. Let us go back in and review the situation, shall we? So, what had happened was, right? Let's see here now. So what had happened was, we can't use annotations on this screen. Nothing we can do. But anyway, what happened was, right? The approach was Yuri, and I went direct to Topsy, right? So on my way to Topsy, I got too close to the approaching aircraft. So my missed approach would have been fly the runway heading.
Traffic 57972, clear runway 24, testing departure.
It would have been clear the runway, climbing 500 feet, and then it was a right turn out to a hold. But I couldn't do that because what had happened was, right, the Speedbird coming in from Yuri, well, he went Yuri and he actually cut down this side of ILM. He came in on this side here. And then, so basically in the flight plan, that's where the mistake happened. His flight plan didn't give him a transition from ILM to the runway. He went direct to the runway. Yeah? So what happened was, as I was coming in this way, he was coming in that way. And he was too high, so he went out the missed approach. There was no communication either, so that's a problem. There was no communication, but he went on the missed approach. I couldn't go the missed approach, so I had to swing up to the right, and I was going to head back to ILM. Because you've all these lads coming in this side, you see. Do you know what I mean? So when I was coming up to ILM, I was then going to go direct to Topsy, but I couldn't because there was other aircraft coming in this way. So I says, right, I'll go to ILM, then I'll just head 360 north. So by me heading up this way, yeah, that was giving the lads over here enough time to get to Topsy and then back in again. So what happened was, I then followed 003 in. I got back to Topsy. Meanwhile, the Speedbird, he went on the missed approach, turned around, and he went back direct to Topsy, meaning he was going to overfly the airport on a parallel line to our approach. That's a problem because he was headed direct there. Now, he did come on the radio at the end to say, yeah, look, I'm heading direct to Topsy. Right, grand. So that's where we had to dodge him. So now usually you turn right, but the fact that he was on my right hand side, I ducked to the left because I knew he was direct Topsy, I'll go around him. The rules of converging traffic is you both turn right. That makes sense? It's like if you're coming in, you know, that way, you both turn right, away from each other, right? Anyway, and that's how we got in. So, if we look at this for instance, Bob Ross time, right? Where did that paint fella go? So, if you look at this, I'm going to do a bit of revision here, right? So, here's our runway. Let's call it here, right? Jesus, Murphy. There's a runway, okay? Here's an approach fix of the VOR, which is here, yeah? Now, here's where we should have been going. So, here's Topsy up here, and your missed approach was going to swing it around this direction, and then you hold over here somewhere, all right? So, what happened was, we were all coming in this direction, and then it was going to turn out to here, right? Unfortunately, what the Speedbird fella did, he came in this way and went that, you know what I mean? So by the time we were flying over from here, he was already dead ahead of us. So hence I had to turn up this way to circle here, which I couldn't do, it was too close. So I just carried on this way and then turned back, which was grand-ish. However, the Speedbird, when he went out this way, it looks as if he turned around here and went straight back in as if he was heading back to Topsy. That created an issue because as I came back around this way, I saw him, I had to go around and then come back in this way. And then the other Firefly who was with us, he saw him and he came back in the other way as well. He went up, he went this side of him and came in, yeah? So in terms of what do you learn from that, if you go back into the charts and see what the missed approach is, the missed approach says climb to 500, then it's a right turn up to 1800, direct to GM, LOM and hold. So you look at it here, right? Alternate missed, it's not the alternate we're going for. So you climb and then you turn and that shoots them around. But if you shoot around and you have aircraft coming in, it's not going to work, right? GM, like that, it's the IAF, it's the VOR. You can't do that if you have aircraft coming straight in here. So you're going to have all sorts of what's the word I'm looking for? Conflicts, right? And there is an alternative one down here as well. So the learning would be what I think what happened. He didn't have a transition between ILM and the runway. So on the flight plan of the Speedbird, it would have looked like that. Meaning, when he was flying in, right, he went this side of ILM. Meanwhile, everyone else was up here somewhere. So he appeared ahead of us. But even the angle, there was no way you were going to get to ILM and then turn in. It was always going to be a mess. Do you know what I mean? So, that's all that happened. So from ILM, you'd want to be looking at your approaches. So if you were to say, well, look, what's your approach from ILM? So you'd say, well, it's going to be an ILS, right? And it's going to be 2-4. And then you're going to have a look at the transitions. So even if you look at the transitions, well, they start up here. They don't start from here. It's too close. ILM, there's no direct transition from there. Now, if ATC were online, they would have given us vectors in, yeah? Like even the RNAV. The RNAV was via Topsy. That's where we all went via Topsy. But we didn't actually use ILM. We went from Yuri. So if I took ILM out of it, this is more closer to what we did. We went Yuri and then across. And then from Topsy we spun down. So it all comes down to charts. You know? It's now on the it's now on Miltech's website. Nice. Remove that. And let's look at the another approach. You're saying Z. It's the same crack. Like, there's no transition from that VOR. So usually you'd be vectored. Do you know what I mean? But that's where things started going south, I think. Because there was no transition between that fix and your approach. And that's all that happened. That's all that happened. But anyway, as the fella said, Zed's dead. Yeah. The whole point of it is, anyway, I mean, you know, for us, for anyone who's you know, a bit of confidence, or you're more comfortable flying online, avoid other traffic as best you can. People are going to make mistakes, you know, but the main thing there is you have to read the charts. You have to look at the charts, and if you're unsure, well, so just ask. Lads, how do I get from this point to that point? And like I did that earlier on, I asked the lads, hey, lads, are you getting from ILM? And then Duke was saying, well, I'll probably go from, what was it, Yuri? I'll probably go from Yuri in, turn at Yuri. So that's an important thing to focus on when you're chatting about, like if we were to put ILM in here again, look. ILM. ILM just makes it too difficult, because like there's the runway here, look, and ILM is like it's 2 miles away from it. Do you know what I mean? Every day is a learning day, but that's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. If you can walk away from this saying, Jesus, yeah, okay, fair enough, I'm after learning something, well then brilliant. That's the whole point. Do you know what I mean? But as you can see, that ILM in, now if you're flying something like a Cessna, not a big to do at all. I mean, you'll make that turn. But in an airliner, you're not. It's too tight. So you need to come up with an idea. And even ILM, when I was looking at ILM, I took it down my flight plan altogether. I said, no, I'm going to go Yuri direct to Topsy. So I went in and I said, right, get rid of ILM, and we'll go Yuri, and then we'll go to Topsy, and then we'll head in. You know what I mean? Thankfully, you can always walk away from flight sim. Yeah, 100%. 100%. Like, as I say, it comes down to your charts. And looking and figuring out to see, well, what's going to happen here? Like, if I do manage to go in here, well, what's all these approaching aircraft going to do? Where can they go? And again, if you go on the missed approach, which is fine, you have to be aware of other traffic. You can't fly on a direct parallel path to them. Give them a very wide berth. Just vector yourself around. If ATC were online, they would have vectored you miles away. They'd have turned you heading north and then circled you back in around again. You know, even what I did probably wasn't ideal, because what I ended up doing, there is me missed. I went back to the VOR, and then I realised, sure, you know, I can't go direct from here to Topsy because aircraft are coming in this way. You know what I mean? So I turned north. I gave all the other lads an approach room to get in there, and then I vectored myself back around again. That's where we had to deviate. You can see where we were turning, and we did get communication from the pilot. He said, yeah, I'm heading direct to there. All right. Like, what are you going to do? No, you can't do that. You have to react. So we got out of his way, and then we went visual, and then we went in. And our landing, okay, a bit of a float, and the handling on the Phoenix is definitely different. It actually feels way better, because I was giving it loads of input. Do you know, is the Phoenix update graphical? No, Roman, it's huge, man. They've done flight characteristics, the handling. They've done a ton of that, you know. Would be great if there was some way to have a convo to debrief on a different frequency afterwards. Yeah, but we're on Discord with him. He's on Discord. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, what can I take away from this? Well, the next time I see that, I'm not in any rush, so technically I should have been looking at the Speedbird. I copped the Speedbird as I was turning, and I was even saying, where's he going? I should have held out of the way and just let him continue on. Do you know what I mean? But I didn't. I went for it. So next time I'll probably wait. Now, I was worried that there was a little bit of a fuel a little bit of fuel worry, but nothing major. I still had sufficient fuel to get me down and around. It just limited me. I was going to be into my final reserve if I had to track back to my alternate. But it was fine. Like, it was fine. But that was definitely something interesting. And the moral of the story is, right or wrong, procedure or no procedure, you avoid the other aircraft. That's the end of it. You just avoid them as best you can without trying to put yourself in the way of someone else. And that's where there was a lot of more communication happening, because as I was moving, I'm announcing my positions, the lads are announcing their positions, and you kind of get an idea of how aircraft are moving. You can kind of work out the different flows. What should have happened with me, though, it should have been the initial missed approach would have brought me down here and then turn. Couldn't do that. So I said, right, I'll get back to a fix, which was the ILM, the Via War. And from there, my plan was then to track back towards Topsy. Couldn't do that because of all this other traffic coming in here. So you just vector. Right or wrong, if there's other aircraft coming in here, I couldn't vector like that. But that's why I keep the likes of VATSIM radar open. It gives you that extra little bit of situational awareness. Yes, you can see aircraft come up on ADS-B on the plane, but having something like this, it gives you that extra bit of top-down cover. You can get an idea of what's happening around you. I swear by this. It's very, very important, you know? If it was myself, I would have done a parallel entry to the hold at Topsy and then circled in the hold or landed. It depends where you're coming in from. But when you have aircraft coming straight in, you don't be heading straight ahead of them. That doesn't work at all. Go around, like, just give them loads of room. ATC would not do that. They wouldn't put you on a direct course to oncoming traffic. Just wouldn't happen. You know what I mean? It just wouldn't happen. And even me going this way, I caused an issue for the aircraft behind me, because when I reported what I was doing, he was like, balls, I have to get out of his way. So he had to turn left out of my way, because this isn't published. That was just me staying out of people's way. But as I was turning here, another aircraft was converging on my position, and then he said, oh, balls, what's Murph doing? And he swung up to the north, and he would have done similar. What was that? 972, was it? We'll have a look here. You'll see what he did. (972) was that Martin? Was it? Yeah. Sorta. It was. Look, that's a similar. He's very similar to what I did. Wait, is that me or is that Martin? Close me there for a minute. Can we show what Martin did? Was it Martin? 972. Yeah, see here? So that's the track that he did, and see the way he had to turn to the north. He had to get up out of the way himself. And then as he was turning around to rejoin, that would have been a beautiful just go heading mode. But you can see here, he had to turn north to get out of my way, because I was coming down this way, right? As he turned then, he had to swing out of the way of the other guy as well. That's all it was, yeah? But I wouldn't, you know, these things happen. But hopefully you learn from it. That's the whole point. If there's something on this that you say, well, listen, yeah, I know what happened. I have an idea what happened now. Grand, I'll read up on the charts. Like, if you can do that, well then, absolutely no issue at all. Like, try not to let something like this say, right, I'm never flying online again because that was the worst experience ever. It's not. It's not. It's a bit of flight simming on VATSIM, for Christ's sake. But, like, you try and learn from it. Because it happens again, someone's going to get peeved with you and say, what are you actually doing? You know what I mean? But the main thing is to try and learn from it. Plus, with our own Discord chat here, the lads are going to help you out. If you're stuck, if you have questions, we have questions there. There's a page that you can ask controllers what to do. And if anyone's just not fully comfortable or confident yet, well, go back and read the manual or look at the videos that we've put out there before. We've covered pretty much everything. The busiest times of your flight are your departure clearance, takeoff, and landing. They're three things. Your clearance is fairly straightforward. You just need to figure out how to write stuff down and read it back. Your takeoff, you need to be careful, especially if you have to self-vector. Landing is the most busy time. When you're landing, prepare not to land. You are preparing to go around. If by chance everything's grand, then you land. But you're setting yourself up to abort that landing. Always use that mindset. always plan that you're not going to land. You know what I mean? All my aircraft Q&H are stuck on 1013. Hummer, I've no idea, buddy. Check your weather. You know? Takeoffs are optional, landings are not. Yeah. But yeah, like it's always plan that for your landings, and it changes, you know. Gibba says, this debrief is super interesting and useful. Gotta say, I need to do a better job in reading the missed approach procedure well in advance. Yeah, cheers, man. But like, again, right, if there's no ATC, because ATC will tell you what to do, and if you're having a bit of an issue, listen, can you give me vectors, please? They're not going to say no, and if they are, either their workload is very busy, or they're a bit of a bollocks. Like, they should be able to help you, right? Their job is to help us, right? To an extent, they have to maintain separation of other aircraft. But if you're having a bit of a moment, and listen, can you give me vectors? They might tell you, I will in a minute, get up to this area and hold, and I'll call you back. You know what I mean? I've never come across a controller that didn't help. Do you know? If even when they were very busy, they'll tell you, listen, I'm very busy, head up here and wait. Like, that's quite okay as well. But even if you look at the published missed approaches, which that's what you follow, because that's your roadmap. That's your map. Well, hang on, listen, I'm following the map here. I mean, you can say what you like, and, you know, I'm following the map. The map is telling me this is what I need to do. You know, what's this one now? Wilmington, runway 24. So here's a different one. So missed approach, climb 3100, direct Lurkey and hold. So this is quite different. Lurkey is all the way down the road here somewhere. So that was a different one. That was for the RNAV. Oh no, that was an ILS. So that was different. But you hold, and you don't just enter the hold and then immediately head back. Not at all. When you enter the hold, at this stage, you're now scanning for other aircraft, and this is where your VATSIM radar, Navigraph do it as well. But until Navigraph actually put us on, you know, Simlink version 2, you're going to be kind of limited because the updates are just too slow, and they don't show all aircraft. Now, I don't know, is that just on my screen, but a lot of the time Navigraph won't show all aircraft on VATSIM because they're Simlink. They need to update it, right? This gadget is very good, though. This guy is very good because this will show aircraft. Look at that. If we're getting Washington Center on, well, balls. But anyway, if you have ATC coverage, they're going to tell you what to do. If you don't have ATC coverage, do the best you can with the published routes, but always keep, and this, I scream, like, I swear by this, the VATSIM radar website is absolutely incredible. Tons and tons of information. You can track flights, see what they're doing. You can almost do ATC from this. You can almost do radar control from this because it updates quite well. You know what I mean? Sadly, Navigraph is too slow to be useful. Yeah, 100%. Now, they're going to fix that, Dougal, once they give us Simlink version 2. We saw it at Expo, and it was just like, oh my gosh, that thing is incredible. Incredible, do you know? But anyone flying on VATSIM, keep this page open and keep it somewhere handy. I use this as my main radar. My main radar, I can see everything that's going on. If there's aircraft from miles away, I can see, well, Jesus, look, he's going that direction. He's on an intercept course to me. He's at the same altitude. Or he's at the same speed, but he's not at the same altitude. Or maybe he's climbing. You know what I mean? That's what you want to be looking at. So look at this guy here, right? This Delta 490, Namiar, he's gone from JFK down to Atlanta. He's currently at 19,000 feet on a heading of 229. We can see his flight plan ahead. Now, if he's at 19.3, he's probably climbing, right? No, he's descending, 19.7. So, see these guys, well, he probably won't come near him. But you see where the line is? So these guys are, like, you're almost watching to say, Jesus, that could be a bit of an issue. Like, where are these other guys going? You know what I mean? See and avoid, yes. And if the airliners, if you're finding those to be a little bit challenging because they're faster, because there's multiple systems, go back to something you're more comfortable with. Slow it right down. Slow it right down. Get into your Cessna. Do you know what I mean? Just get into your Cessna and then practice. Keep practicing. And if there's missed approaches there, if you want to shoot an ILS, you absolutely can. Do it in something like a Cessna. Slow it all the way down. Do you know what I mean? Like even me there tonight in the Phoenix, they've changed the handling on it. You saw the thing, I did a friggin' nosedive. Before I had to exert an awful lot of force. Now you barely have to move it. And like the fly-by-wire system in it, it's working way better because it's actually holding your pitch way better than it ever did. So I'm impressed by that. Whether or not it's real, I couldn't tell you. I don't fly planes, but like you get the idea. It felt a lot different. So that's something I have to learn as a takeaway. But I think overall from the group, the communication as always is spot on. The lads are very familiar now with spacing and chatting to each other. We gave ourselves, twin departures, 19er and also 30, and yet we were doing like this sort of crack, and we're all able to kind of see what we were doing. The Speedbird tonight was under a bit of pressure, no doubt. Could have been the first flight out with us, could have been the first time flying in the States. But if you can walk away from it, if you can learn something from it, it doesn't matter then. You've learned. I learn all the time, do you know? And if it's something that you can say, right, I'm now, for my next flight, I'm going to fully prep, I'm going to fully brief, and if I do have any questions, if I'm not sure, I'm just going to ask the question. We have an area in Discord to do it. You can ask me here in the stream. Just ask the question. And as Gibba was saying, reviewing the missed approaches, that's what we do when it comes to our VATSIM flights on Thursdays. During the day, we do a briefing for that flight at night time. That's where we go in and have a look at things. We read up on the NOTAMs. We read up on, missed approaches. We read up on all these things to say, right, what could happen here? And it's not because you have to sit down and plan and, learn it off by heart. You just need to glance over it so you have an idea. You have an idea of what's going to happen. Do you know what I mean? So you're saying, right, okay. Like I knew tonight, we had an alternate airport if we weren't going to make it, which was bringing us back up here somewhere, right? Or it was even going to bring us down to K-Jax. So like our alternate airports, you have to start thinking, well, what's the weather like there? What's the runways like there? You know what I mean? But when it comes to us and what we're doing, once you start planning it, missed approaches are important. And the reason why a missed approach is so important, lads, if there's anything you can take away from flying online, if there's anything you can take away, when you are coming in to land, when you are planning to land, right? Do not think it's a done deal you're going to land. Don't plan it that way. Plan that you have to go missed approach. Always plan that you're going to go missed approach. Therefore, the aircraft is ready to rock. You have an idea what you're doing, and then as a fluke, you get your landing clearance and then you land. But never assume you're going to be landing every single time, because if you train your mind to think this is going to be a missed approach, I'm going to now teach myself how to do the missed approach, and all you have to do, you read the charts. Missed approach, climb to 500, then climbing right, turn 1800, turn to 1800, direct GM. So basically what this is saying, right? And if you're not sure about it, this is where you ask. The missed approach, climb to 500 feet. As you're climbing, turn right until you get to 1800 feet, direct to GM LOM. And if you're unsure what that is, well, go back and read it or go in and look at additional information. It's all there. You know what I mean? Camel says, do I need to complete training before joining VATSIM? There's, they have like an orientation exam. It's only basic stuff. But if you are new to all of this, lads, we have an absolute barrel load of information available, and it's all for free. It's over on our website, right? Gibbo put all of this up on the website. Oh, Jesus, when I threw it up there, I couldn't even read it. Gibbo edited everything. Everything's easy to follow, right? So if you go to Learn ATC series, go into Oceanic. Go with that. Go into the Oceanic operations. Why is it doing that now? Uh-oh, we broke it. Hang on. That link is weird. Go into... Jesus. Not Oceanic. Go into the FAA conversion series. My mistake. So, Learn ATC FAA conversion course. Go into the ground school document. This is over 300 pages of information. And you might say, Murph, I don't have time for 300 pages of information. You don't need to spend all your time reading this. The manual is designed so you can follow it by section. See all these things here? Right? What the course is, what are the references, what's a phonetic alphabet? I haven't a clue. Click on it, it tells you exactly what it is. You know what I mean? Go back to the contents. So let's have a look at this. Charts, ATIS information, airspace, your flight plans, uncontrolled airports, what do we do? So look at this, arriving. The arrival phase is the most complex phase of VF4. Same at IF4, right? So if we want to go down to IF4, and we'll go down here. Uncontrolled airports when flying. When delving into uncontrolled IF4 flight, it's a whole new ball game compared to uncontrolled VF4. The catch? Uncontrolled IF4 doesn't quite exist in the same way in the real life as it does in the sim. It adds a layer of complexity because we're essentially relying on information gleaned from other online networks and their interpretations of how to navigate. In the absence of established real-life procedures, pilots are left with a bit of a conundrum. While radio failure procedures might offer some parallels, they're not quite the same. Radio failure, pilots are expected to provide a lot more information than usual due to the lack of two-way communication. So, what's the best approach for uncontrolled IF4 flight? Well, it boils down to adopting a streamlined communication style akin to radio failure procedures. Basically, you start speaking as if you were the ATC controller yourself. The arrival phase marks the pinnacle of complexity in an IF4 uncontrolled flight. It is the most busy and difficult, without a question. During this stage, coordination with both airborne and ground traffic is paramount to ensure a safe arrival at your destination. Consequently, numerous calls are required on Unicom or CTAF, right, to keep everyone informed of your position and your intended next step. In particular, a busy airspace where situational awareness may be challenging, we have several options. Make a broadcast on the frequency to inform all nearby traffic of your location and your intentions, and you start coordinating with others if possible. Initiate a holding pattern until there is sufficient space for your arrival. I didn't do that. I should have done that, but I thought it was going to be okay. I wasn't. Extend your downwind leg to provide extra clearance, and execute a go-around maneuver if necessary. These options range from the least to the most dramatic responses, or drastic. While many flights may encounter relatively empty airspace, it is crucial to bear in mind that the contingency plans for busier scenarios where certainty about surrounding traffic is lacking, having these options at your disposal ensure you can navigate safely. If you don't know how to do holes, the manual tells you how to do holes. Yeah? Missed approach. All the information. If you encounter conditions preventing a successful landing, such as an obstructed runway or the absence of a landing clearance, initiating a missed approach or go around is necessary. Now, we call them missed approach. Always plan that you're going to go missed. Always plan. It makes life so much more easier. All right? A go around should never be initiated below your decision height. You're not going to call it at that stage. Regardless of the reason, every airport and runway procedure includes a specified missed approach protocol, which factors in ground obstacles and nearby traffic. It's crucial to be familiar with these procedures and have the appropriate charts ready. Our brief earlier on, we looked at the locale, we knew what the altitude restrictions were, so there was no big to do. Yeah, but there's an entire section on this all about missed approaches, what to do and how to do it. It's all there. And if this doesn't help, right, there's more than just this, because the entire course that we did, lads, right, we go back here, that's just the manual. If you want to have a look at all the IF4 videos, everything is here. Clearance, departure, control zone, shared cockpit, ATC flight, holes and missed approaches. There was an entire stream done on just holes and missed approaches. Click on the link, goes to YouTube. Yes, it's 4 hours, but it's me talking absolute ages. You know.
You'll see what the holes are if you look at the local AIP.
Look at your man there, isn't he a good looking fella, isn't he?
So if you go into your Navigraph, by the way, you can completely edit what your screen looks like. So if my screen looks very different to your screen, it's only because
I pressed the wrong button. But you get the idea. And that's all available for free, lads. Free. Right? The entirety of that course is free. Like, we did it to help each other out. That's what it's all about, right? So the whole thing is there. Then you have your revision. There's a tutorial on filling. That was the course plans. All the VATSIM flights are included. You can actually go off and do earlier stuff If you go to the Learn ATC, you can start at the very beginning, the VF4 ATC series, the IF4 ATC series, and then you go in and you do the FAA conversion course. The VF4 and the IF4 courses were done specifically in Europe, particularly when it comes to Ireland, how we deal with things under ICAO or ICAO, right? The FAA conversion course is we take all the information we've learned in Europe and we figure out what they do in the United States because they're governed under the Federal Aeronautical Administration, the FAA, right? And that's how we learn it. So all the videos for the conversion course are there. The ground school document is there. It's all there. So if you're unsure, bit of training. If you don't want to read the ground school documents, go in and look at the videos. You've the best of both worlds here, right? There was another one we did here as well. Where was this now? Arrivals, check ride, bomb. IFR departure procedures and ILS approaches. There's a whole lesson done on that. All right. We did tons of this, and now I still have to go back and complete the Wings course from Boston Virtual. They'll hold your hand and teach you A to B or A to Z. They'll do the whole lot, and we flew some of those as well. They were loads of fun. They're great fun to do. You learn a ton of stuff, and the guys up in Boston are just wonderful people to go flying with. The controllers are excellent. Do you know? So any questions, lads? In addition to all of that we've just spoken about, if you check out our Discord channel over here, and we have VATSIM underneath ATC and VATSIM. This is all the VATSIM area, and you can see where you have your general ATC chat. You can see ask a controller, right? You can go in here and ask a controller and say, hey, what's the story here? How do we figure this one out, right? But the main thing is, if you make a mistake, it is not the end of the world. Absolutely not. Lads, I make mistakes all the time. All the time. Try and learn from it. If you have the ability to be able to learn from a mistake or to put the hands up and say, yeah, I made a balls of that, but I'm going to figure out how not to do that again. You can't ask for any more than that. Do you know what I mean? So, like, don't be worrying to think, oh, no, I made a mistake and your man gave out and all of that. Don't worry about all of that. Other communities are like that, and they'll, set you on fire and all that, like, crazy. We're here with each other. It's quite safe. If you make a mistake, feck, balls, I made a mistake. Try and learn from it. And if you're stuck, put the hand up and say, lads, I'm stuck. I don't know how to do this. We're not going to call you an idiot. I'm the only idiot here. Do you know what I mean? So try not to let that bother you. But anyway, that's the story now. I'm going to lie down for a while. And sure, we're back tomorrow night. We have a group flight tomorrow night, flying in New Zealand. We're going to start off with some warbirds. And then when we get down to Wanaka, we're going to be flying some helicopters and planning to take out the MH60, just available now. And we've noticed Epic Fool has gone quiet. Our next VATSIM stream, I won't be here next week at the moment. It's a little bit up in the air at the moment. But the plan is I won't be here next week as we fly from Wilmington into Atlanta. But I will be, all going well, the week after. And now there could be a change to that, so I might be here. We'll have to wait and see. But anyway, apart from that, we'll see you tomorrow. 1900 Zulu time, right here, be it on Twitch or YouTube, and you'll catch us on Discord in the meantime as well. So a massive thanks to our pilots who flew with us tonight, lads. It's an absolute credit to Firefly Air. It's great to see so many people flying on the network, and great to see so many jets. And look at that, we've the lads still over there, look. Beautiful. And yeah, Murphy's Law, as soon as we all landed, ATC came on. Brilliant, right? Absolutely brilliant. Also, in the meantime, outside of all what we're doing, Adam Controls, who's a controller, and he's there he is there in the chat. Adam controls live streams ATC controlling, and he tends to on a Sunday do a learning session of, if you've any questions, ask the controller live in a stream. So do be sure to check out Adam's channel as well. And Adam, you owe me at least a Chinese now for that shout out. You know what I mean? But anyway, right, lads, we're away. We'll see you tomorrow, 1900 Zulu. Until then, you take care. Engines are now off. I've just killed the mixture. Right? Watch this. Mags are off. Feather boat props. My engines are now completely off, right? And I'll know they're completely off because I'm going to keep an eye on the props. They will just...
Hello there.
Right?
Engine 1 stopped. Engine 2 stopped. That's the sound I should hear. This is the sound I do hear. What? What are you doing? Do you know what I mean? We need to clip this. Hey, Coronado, Microsoft and Asobo. 3 lads walk into a bar. This is how the sound should be. I've turned off my engines. However, if there's other aircraft of the same description flying from the Coronado fleet, this is what we hear.